broadcasting live from Odawara, the soaring city, on this plane of we didn't plan this out. It's TapTapConcede Scryfall Roulette edition. Please, I'm still doing the intro. I will introduce everybody in a second. My name's Wheeler. Thank you for having me. It's great to be here. But I'm not alone on this special edition of Scryfall Roulette, because we have our guests from the Lost Caverns of Ixalan PPR. We got Z.
That's me. Hello. Thank you for having me.
Is it great to be here?
It's amazing to be here.
That's great. We have Anna Margaret.
Hello, it's great to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for being here. It's great to have you. And we got Ash.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
It's great to hear that, and thank you for all being here. And thank you for supporting us over at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. It's because of all of you we get to waste our guest time with something like this. And also to Card Kingdom, sponsor of TapTapConcede. There's probably a link on the screen. I don't even know if I'm supposed to do this. Am I supposed to do this, James?
You're killing it. You're just absolutely
Am I supposed to do this, James?
Yeah, you're nailing this, Wheeler.
Okay, great.
Keep going.
Okay, yeah. When you make your order using cardkingdom.com/LRR, you say button, please. While supplies last, you'll get a button. Anywho, what we're going to do today, we've kind of explained it to the guests, but I'll explain it to you. I've got James, my crony, my
That's
homie.
me.
That's him. He's going to hit random on Scryfall. A card is going to appear on the screen, but don't worry, we'll read it aloud for you audio-only listeners. And we're going to talk about it. Or not. That's it. Well, there's one more thing. We also get a veto. Each person here, including James, gets one veto that can be used to skip a card because you don't like it. It could be a very traumatic card. Could be a Teferi of some kind. Or you can veto somebody else's veto to force us all to awkwardly sit here and deal with that tension for the rest of the episode. Sound good?
Oh, yes.
Great.
Absolutely.
Great. Are we ready to talk about some Magic cards?
Always.
Let's do it.
James! Nope.
What is one of my...
One other thing is that I am going to read the card as presented on the screen. We have Goblin Artisans. 1 red for a 1/1 summon goblins from Antiquities. You may tap Goblin Artisans as you cast an artifact spell. Then, flip a coin. Opponent calls heads or tails while coin is in the air. If the flip ends up in opponent's favor, your artifact is countered. Otherwise, draw another card from your library. You can only use this ability once for each time you cast an artifact.
This card is way too ambitious in the sense that it thinks that any of us Magic players are coordinated enough to flip a coin.
Yeah.
That high and that well for anybody to call heads or tails.
That's true. Well, I mean, you got to give them some credit because this card was designed in like 1994, and they predicted that we as a society would move away from cash and coin. That's you got to give them props for that, right? Do we?
I love randomness in card games. And so I kind of love dice rolls, coin flips. I think they're fun. I've never seen this card before, though. But I like the vibe.
How much money would you put on a coin flip?
Very little. I've studied too much probability to like really feel. That's right. That's right. I mean, you know, when you're publishing Quantum, you've got to recognize the probability's never really with you.
Okay.
I go a bit high on that. I like a good gamble.
good.
You know, I like a good gamble.
I'll support
Would you flip a coin for $20 with me?
Absolutely.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I
James,
would.
do we have a coin?
I would do it. Give me a coin.
I'll get on that.
I'm excited to watch.
We'll get a coin in here. We'll flip for a 20. You have no idea how much you've made my day by doing
The
this.
problem is, I am in general like an unlucky person when it comes to that, but I just like the thrill, you know. So count me in. Yeah,
Yeah,
count me in.
I just want to feel something.
Yeah, you're
exactly.
winning
It
from the
makes me feel
serotonin.
alive. Exactly. If you hit it,
Yourself a lucky person?
Me? Never. God, I'm the unluckiest Magic player you'll ever meet.
yeah, that's all Magic players
Yeah.
anyway, right?
But I mean it. I mean it.
yeah.
What I'm hearing is that we all need to play a coin flip deck together.
Right. Yeah.
4 players playing the same deck at the same time. That's illegal. James! Ooh, continuing the goblin theme, we have Wart Boggart Ante. Hey, you want to talk gambling? Ante?
Oh, okay, we're staying on theme.
2 black and a red for a 3/3 legendary Goblin Shaman with Fear. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may return target Goblin card from your graveyard to your hand. How do we feel about these very... What are those? Are those goblins? The little bald children?
It's disturbing me a little bit. I won't lie.
I have so many concerns on multiple levels with this card too.
What's on her necklace? Are those just smaller goblins? I can't tell.
I think they're eyeballs.
Oh, okay. Is that better?
Better or worse?
I'm not sure.
I feel like in like goblin scale, this looks like a very good auntie. She looks like she's really, really doing her job well here. I mean, they look not necessarily too happy, but not necessarily too distraught. So yeah, that's prime auntie vibes.
The middle one is simultaneously 4 and 40. Like that's either a goblin child or a middle-aged man that just lost $20 on a coin flip. Auntie always knows which berries to lick, which kithkin to trick, and what to do when either goes wrong. So we have a game that we like to play around here. It's called Lick a Berry, Trick a Kithkin.
No.
Lick a berry.
Yeah, I do the berry too, I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
The berries win it. That's incredible. Wow, that's the first sweep that we've had for this. And we've done that game, God, once?
Ooh.
James! Oh, yeah. This is a good one. Pygmy Hippo. Green and a blue for a 2/2 summon hippopotamus from Visions. If Pygmy Hippo attacks and is not blocked, you may choose to have it deal no combat damage this turn. If you do, defending player draws all mana from his or her lands, and then his or her mana pool is emptied. After combat, add an equal amount of colorless mana to your mana pool.
What are these cards?
I'm sorry.
What?
Is this this is reverse chromatic lantern?
So the hippo hits you, and then they have to...
defending player.
Yeah. So they tap all their lands, and you get all that mana. Well, they tap all their lands. All that mana just is removed from the mana pool, and then you get that much colorless mana in your pre-combat main phase.
You know, hippos are one of the most dangerous land mammals, and so, you know, as a fearsome 2/2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what you know, there are two different types of
Right.
hippos, I guess. There's the pygmy hippo and the river hippo. Pygmy hippos are smaller, so maybe not quite as fearsome.
Mm-hmm.
Are all three of you familiar with the Canadian legend of the North American house hippo?
No.
Oh, we've got some videos to watch after this.
What?
We've
I
got
need the hippo lore.
we've got some Canadian education to
Okay.
drop on y'all.
Didn't realize there was hippo lore.
Oh, it comes
Canadian hippo lore.
Canadian hippo lore?
comes out at night to feed off of chips, crumbs, cookies. No, chips, raisins, cookies, and the crumbs from peanut butter on toast. That's what it is. Right,
That's very
James?
specific.
It
You're
sounds
making this whole
really
thing up.
like really helpful, honestly.
I do have one real question about this magic card for all of our guests here. What's an animal that is not currently represented on a magic card that you would like to see represented on a magic card?
That's a good question.
Well, we just got the capybara.
I just got the cup. I really want chinchillas.
It's a good one.
I want chinchillas so bad.
Very good one.
What they will do, I don't know. But
Yeah.
chinchillas.
Yeah.
I would probably have to go like, are there any penguins in Magic?
Are there penguins?
That would be cute. I don't know.
I don't think there are any penguins in Magic. There's a silver bordered one. Those don't count. They're not real. Stop typing that comment. a second.
You're like, I saw you through the
Yeah.
screen.
I know these people. They're degenerates. They were already, they had it ready to copy and paste.
Right.
I don't know. I'm still trying to think of animals.
Dog.
Are there dolphins? Are there dolphins?
Ooh.
Or butterflies? I like both of those.
There's a butterfly.
There's
There's a butterfly. Dolphins. I'll say dolphins.
Okay.
Dolphins?
Okay. So we have penguin, dolphin, chinchilla.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's great. I would go with I can't stop thinking about chinchillas.
See, exactly.
Is that
More-
2 votes for chinchilla?
How about a hare? No, we have those.
We have those, yeah.
There's the blue
Yeah.
one, right? The
We have we have a rabbit and we have hare.
Yeah.
I know what the hair card is. That's like it's like the 2-drop with an adventure side on it.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
pollen shield.
Yeah, the
hare.
pollen shield. Yeah, that's it. Pretty good card.
How about a bug?
A bug?
Yeah, bug.
A bug?
Like a generic bug.
This is
Not-
generic.
oh no, pill bug. You know a pill bug?
yeah, I know.
You're
what
talking
it
about
is.
the roly-polies?
Yeah, like a roly
Oh,
poly.
I love a roly-poly.
Yeah, give us a roly poly.
Yeah.
Get on it, Gavin.
Maybe one of
We
those
get to-
giant
I
ones.
hope we get
like
to
a
come back to
giant
this
one.
video one day and then get to have all of our cards. That'd be the real dream.
Yeah,
Look,
right.
Yeah.
The last time I did, I harassed Gavin in a hotel lobby about 2.5 years ago, asking for a legendary Yeti, and we got one in Jumpstart 2022. So it works.
Okay.
Right,
Folks,
All right.
hop onto Twitter, find Gavin, and harass the hell out of that man.
For
Don't-
chinchillas.
Don't do this. Don't do this. Please, for legal reasons, don't do
tell
this.
him it was me.
Yeah. Hey, James.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
Hey, a card that was printed after the year 2000. Sigarda's Splendor. 2 white for an enchantment from Midnight Hunt. As Sigarda's Splendor enters the battlefield, you note your life total. At the beginning of your upkeep, draw a card if your life total is greater than or equal to the last noted life total for Sigarda's Splendor. Then note your life total. Whenever you cast a white spell, you gain 1 life. How do you keep track of your life in a game? Jesus. I'm the professional one.
I
like using an app.
Yeah, I was about to say,
I
I'm
like-
like technology.
I like using a little app
Technology is just...
or
Yeah.
a notebook. You have to have like some sort of physical place to put it because
Yeah.
my memory is like not there. But I run this in a few commander decks.
Yeah.
Speak on that.
Yeah, how does it do?
You know, I will say having 100 cards in a commander deck means that there's sometimes the cards just don't show up. So I will say I know I run this in 2 decks. It's in my Giada Angel deck and my Lathiel Unicorn like Life Gain deck. I think I've maybe cast it once or twice. I think it did well,
Okay. Okay.
but I'll be honest, it has not shown up as much as you might think.
Have you tried cutting some cards from your commander deck? Like maybe,
You know, running less than 100?
Yeah.
You know, this isn't something I've considered. What are your thoughts?
Well, as a member of the Commander Advisory Group, yeah, just do whatever you want. I think 90 cards is like enough of a cut that you'll probably see these cards more often, but not enough that anybody's going to call you out on it.
Okay, so cut lands, right?
No. Please, for the love of God. Anybody else got anything for Sigarda Splendor? We seemed very excited for this card.
Yeah.
I think we're just happy that we finally recognized it.
I was just happy to recognize it, and then you kept on reading more and more. I'm just like, oh,
Yeah.
this feels like a card I would like look in and be like, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna throw this in, and then I would be just
There'd be like infinite cards that are better or something.
Exactly.
Like that.
I will
Yeah,
say,
yeah,
though,
yeah.
there are times though when like gaining life consistently is good. Like
Yeah.
you know, in life gain, I think in my commander deck it's pretty good. I know for a while I felt like I really struggled with card draw on white, but I think lately we've been getting so much more card draw on white. But I think that like at the time when I first put this in a deck, I was like, yes, card draw in my mono white deck.
It is kind of wild that this card has been out for 3 years.
Yeah.
That's a lie. It's only been out for like 2 years.
oh, okay.
I
was about to be like, hold on.
I think slightly over 2 because I know I started playing like almost 2 years ago to like the month, and I think this was out when I started playing.
Yeah.
James, can we get
So
that?
at least a smidge over 2.
James, can we get a fact check on this?
Years?
I
know.
have really bad time blindness, so I'll just believe whatever you say.
Good. James?
October of 2021.
Wow.
Wait,
Octo-
2 years? Yeah,
there you
I
go.
was right.
All right. That's incredible. And now let's talk about a card from 12 years ago.
Nope. Try many more. 96.
Oh,
What is this?
Oh, okay.
the art's pretty.
Art is really cool.
Wandering Mage. White, blue, and black for a 0/3 summon cleric from Alliances with art by Pete Venters. Pay a white. Pay 1 life to prevent up to 2 damage to any target creature. Effects that prevent or redirect damage cannot be used to counter this loss of life. Pay blue. Prevent 1 damage to any cleric or wizard. And pay black. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control to prevent up to 2 damage to any player. This card sucks. Thoughts?
was this like a weird group huggy attempt? I don't know what's going on here.
I'm just thinking of the new card. Does this work with Agatha's Soul Cauldron?
Yes.
That could go pretty spicy, but that's the only way. And normally, if I see a 3-mana 0/3, I'm checking out. I'm not reading the rest. But that's the only thing I'm thinking. Like, that'd be pretty cool, maybe.
You could throw this into the Soul Cauldron and at least feel like you've done something.
Yeah, right.
Like,
give it a purpose.
You have
Yeah.
to continue to pay for.
yeah, but imagine all the options in your on Arena that would pop up when you used a creature. You would just have these 3 extra abilities.
Yeah.
I'm pretty. Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's a few more, then I don't think the client could handle it.
Yeah.
It's got
And you would feel like you're doing something.
right.
Yeah, that's the important part about Magic. Is we play with bad cards all the time, but if the bad cards can convince you that you're doing something productive, I mean, that's the game we love, right?
Right.
The illusion of choice.
True.
I have so many things I can do on my turn. I've clearly set myself up for success.
Speaking of setting us up for success, James has an extra special random card for us.
Oh,
Okay.
Eldraine.
Okay.
Farsight Ritual. 2 and 2 blue for an instant with Bargain. You may sacrifice an artifact, enchantment, or token as you cast the spell. You look at the top 4 cards of your library. If the spell was bargained, you look at the top 8 cards instead. Put 2 of them into your hand, the rest on the bottom in a library in a random order. So I think we've cast this card, right?
Yeah.
Folks
Yeah.
here have cast this, or could have cast this?
I was in the situation where I could have cast it, but for some reason in my head it wasn't good enough compared to other things in my hand. So it just sat there in my hand the most majority of the game.
I love princesses. I saw these the witches, but the characters in fairy tales, and I'm like, I know who this reminds me of. And so it started as just like a pile you set aside with all the cards that have that flavor, and then it very soon became like a hodgepodge commander deck. So I have cast this card.
There was such an intensity in your voice and in how you pierced my soul when you said, I love princesses.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever believed anyone of anything more than that moment.
I'm really glad that I conveyed the sincerity
Yeah, that's
to you in that moment.
Yeah, that's wild. Ash?
I mean, I'm usually not like a blue player anyways, but for me, I think I've heard people talk about this card, but as mostly a constructed player, they're just like, oh, Memory Deluge is better for the formats that I play. But who knows, maybe after rotation, when this thing's still around.
Now hear me out. What if you sack an artifact and this triggered your Oni called Anvil?
I do love the Oni Called Anvil. It's one of my absolute favorite cards. So... But I don't know if I would play Farsight Ritual in a deck like that. The double blue. I don't know that one.
I think one of the lists, I'm going to fanboy a little bit because I pull some of your lists offline quite often. I think one of the lists that I remember pulling for a just run to Mythic had something like 16 lands in it, 17 lands in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You don't think that you could run this 4-mana instant in that
You
deck?
know what? With the way I draw my lands on Arena, easily.
Okay.
No problem. That's going to get cast on curve.
Thank you for the encouragement.
You
I need it.
got it. Just got to believe in it.
And I believe in James's ability to give us a new card.
Oh, this is in the Prismari
Strixhaven.
Precon. That was my first ever commander deck. First time playing Magic with this Precon. The one this Precon comes in.
Sorry, we're going to have to cut. I didn't get to explain the card before all of our guests got really excited. Rousing Refrain. 3 red for a sorcery with suspend for 1 in a red. Add red for each card in target opponent's hand. Until end of turn, you don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. And then you exile Rousing Refrain with 3 time counters on it. So how do we feel about this card? I mean, I feel like that was already answered, but pretty good refrain, huh?
So go. I already go. Well, the Prismari Performance Precon was my first ever commander deck, my first time ever playing Magic.
Wow.
My friends bought it for me, and that was the first time, and this card comes in it. And now I think it fits with a lot of the Doctor Who theming in those precons, kind of being able to you have suspend, triggers like Paradox and different new mechanics. So I'm a fan.
What's your favorite Is It Princess?
Favorite? Is it princess?
Yep.
Do you mean like actual magic card, or like who I would cast?
I don't need to answer that. You just need to follow your heart.
Ooh.
And this goes for everybody. Or
Okay.
you can pick
For
a different,
everybody?
including James. This could be your favorite princess, but it has to be from a Strixhaven school, college.
Okay.
I'm going to drink this water. Anthony.
Okay,
Feel free
wait.
to answer this.
So I'm going to verbally process this question. So if we have, we've got Prismari, this creativity painting. Our best painting princess is Rapunzel, as she decorated her entire tower.
We try not to talk
I
about
think-
Lorcana on this show.
So I think, when her life begins, I might have to say, if we're going, is it princesses from the Prismari campus? I put Rapunzel there.
Okay.
I don't know one thing about princesses.
Yeah,
I'm just sitting
yeah.
here, like I was too much into like playing with Ninja Turtles.
Those are good too.
Well, let's pivot. Which Ninja Turtle
Okay, there we
do you
go.
think would look best in a princess dress? And which Strixhaven college would they be attending?
Ooh, I like this.
Okay.
I also have an answer to this.
Okay, let's see. What was it Quandrix that was the smart ones?
Yeah, Quandrix is the
math.
blue-green math.
Yeah, I'll put Donatello there. That's also my favorite turtle anyway.
Okay. And what color dress do you think Donatello will wear?
I mean, is it basic to give him purple? Like, I guess.
God, no.
Yeah, I will give him purple.
Oh, he'd look good in purple.
Yeah, he'd look good in purple. I would match the little, like, yeah.
My answer as well.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking as well.
Great minds think alike,
Okay. And Z?
Well, I mean, I'm breaking the form on the idea of princess because, like, my favorite person in Strixhaven was Willow Dusk, and she's a princess to me.
I think we're all princesses or princes in our own right. Sometimes I feel like I'm a bit of a queen, and sometimes I feel like a king, And I think
Do you
that's
own
okay.
land? Isn't that the distinction? Between a princess and a queen?
Oh, I'll never
Do you
then.
own land?
No, I'm 30 and I live in Victoria, British Columbia.
So I guess
Houses
stuck
here
as
are
a
$1 million.
princess.
I will never own it. Yeah.
Wow, that dream died really quick. You were
Yeah.
so like heartfelt and
Oh, I'm sorry, I
sentimental
ruined
and,
the
like,
mood.
raising everyone else.
I was
But
ready to
it's
put it
just-
on a pillow, to be honest. Like,
Well,
that's got to be merch. It's got to be merch drop right there.
rewind it.
Yeah.
Do you own land has never been. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's fine.
Talking about royalty.
Yeah, it's okay. Okay.
Oh no, wait, that reminds. Technically, I do own land. A fan ended up buying a piece of land in Scotland so that I can be Lord Zed.
I have some Zed. Sorry, Zed.
Yes, like the Power Ranger villain.
Oh,
That's exactly why they did it.
wow. Are you ready to receive some news? That might be a scam.
Please don't. Oh yeah, absolutely,
Okay.
100%. I know.
Okay.
No,
Okay,
I know.
great. Okay.
It was for the memes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, as long as it's for the memes. James, Door of Destinies. 4-mana artifact, originally from Morningtide. As Door of Destinies comes into play, you choose a creature type. Whenever you play a spell of that type, put a charge counter on Door of Destinies. Creatures you control of that type get +1/+1 for each charge counter on Door of Destinies.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is absolutely. I love typo decks so much. This is. I didn't even know this card existed. I need to go grab this.
Oh, this is like what I was about to date myself by saying like this is the new coat of arms. But this is a card that is like what? Oh God, 20 years old almost. It's at least 17 years old. Wow. This card might be able to drive. It can or even drink. But not at the same time. All right, let's be clear.
Yeah.
Favorite doors in the game?
Doors.
Yeah.
Oh.
Odor?
Yeah. Oh, door.
Odor?
Odor.
Is,
Her door?
wait, the great hinge? Is that a hinge? Is that a door? I guess doors are on hinges.
Doors do have hinge.
Doors have hinges. The great hinge.
It is henge.
Henge.
Henge. Not unlike
Grey
a stone. Well, Stonehenge, but a Stonehenge is not technically a henge.
Does the crashing drawbridge count?
Oh,
Technically, it has to be open for people to enter.
can you knock on it?
If you throw a boulder at it,
Is throwing a rock at someone's door knocking on it?
to me,
Okay. That explains why there was a hole.
Depends
This is
on
why
your
I have so many
relationship with
friends.
the person who has the door, right?
if you're really good friends, yes.
It's like Romeo throwing rocks.
Exactly. It's romantic.
Again,
Yeah.
it depends on your relationship with the person who has the door.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Right.
Ash, your favorite door?
I can't even think of one.
Jim Morrison, the other guys.
Oh no, I don't know.
God. James,
door-
can you think of some doors?
Door to
Doesn't doors-
nothingness.
Yeah, that's the one I was going to say.
There's door to nothingness.
Yeah.
There's cellar door.
Suspicious bookcase. That's a door.
No, it's not.
yeah, it kind of is.
It's absolutely a door.
That's not.
Now we have to go into what qualifies
a
as a
secret
door.
passage is a door.
Is a door a sandwich or a hot dog?
We're not doing this. We are absolutely not doing this. You are trying to rile me up,
we
mister.
just opened a whole
No.
new
Yeah,
bag.
I think the only door I would also have to be the Great Henge for me if it counts. Yeah, that's what I played with.
I think we should count it, and we can both claim it.
yeah,
as our favorite.
exactly.
Okay. Okay.
Do you want to see all the cards with door in them?
I would love to.
All
Sure.
right.
Why not?
yeah.
Look, we got bar,
Bar
the
the
door.
door.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, hold
That's
on. Hold on. Go
insane.
back to bar the
Cellar.
door.
I can find a new favorite.
So what we're gonna do is James is gonna cycle through the doors,
Okay.
and when a new door comes on the screen, we're gonna go 3, 2, 1, yay or nay.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So 3, 2, 1,
Nay.
nay.
Perfect. Next.
Cellar door. 3, 2, 1, yay.
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 Next. That's it. Oh, doorkeeper. 3, 2, 1, yay.
Nay.
Because it's not an actual door; it's a doorkeeper.
Hey, look,
You're looking at your own game.
I just looked for the word door on Scryfall.
I gotta tell you, we got 3 in, and we are still at D, and I don't actually know how much time I want to spend on this bit.
Look, we got Door of Destiny, Doors of Durin.
That's the one I was thinking of.
There you go.
That's the one I
Yeah,
was thinking
yeah.
of.
There's the Door to Nothingness.
I want to love that card.
We've got an evolving door.
Oh.
You can't just show me new Cabana cards without
I love
warning.
Capella.
Look, there's a brand new door. Brand new door this set.
Motzlantli.
Ixalan, the
Someone
great door,
opened
and
that
that
here.
is going to be really fun.
I gotta tell you, that's a great door.
Yeah, that's a good.
That
door.
is a
That's,
great
I think
door.
that is the best door now.
Someone opened that between us.
That was me.
Yeah, you opened it,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
playing
yeah.
that.
Doubting my
I'm
own memory.
playing
I'm like,
that.
Can I open
the
that?
door?
Because on the other side is basically a graveyard Gaia's cradle.
The core door.
Yeah.
But it's not a corridor.
No,
Yeah, that is the core of Ixalan. Ooh.
The core?
the
core.
core. of Ixalan.
Did you know that Core is a Canadian sci-fi adventure film from 2005?
Absolutely not.
I did not know
You
that.
have too much faith in
We
me.
have more things to watch. That one might be a
Canadian
little long.
homework.
Speaking of, we're going to give you the old Canadian homework. James? Oh,
Veto.
woo!
Veto.
No, veto your veto.
Anybody want
Veto
to
your veto.
Anybody want to veto?
I feel scared like I should based on this reaction.
I'm
I'm going to see what happens.
I'm something of a Kamigawa fanboy.
Ah.
This is the set of my childhood, or one of them. The Unspeakable. Can't talk on it. 6 blue, blue, blue for a 6/7 legendary creature spirit from Champions of Kamigawa with flying and trample. Whenever the Unspeakable deals combat damage to a player, you may return target arcane card from your graveyard to your hand. I do have a very small story involving this. This was, I think it was a Grand Prix. What was there a name for GPs after GP but before MagicCon? Was it
Magic
Fest?
Magic Fests.
Magic Fest Reno 2019. I go up to a booth and they have a box of cards that are either non-English or damaged, cards that they're just trying to get rid of for a very low price. And I grab about 20 foil copies of this card across Portuguese, Italian, and Spanish. And I tell the person behind the counter that I'd like to buy these. And they looked at me like I just asked them to call an ambulance. They gave me a look that was so just... What is wrong with you? Should I get you help? Does anybody here know how to summon this card?
summon this card.
Not to get too Yu-Gi-Oh with my terminology, but does anybody have an idea? There's actually.
You mean cheat it out?
Well, there are 3 cards that if you play them in succession, you get to bring this out from your deck and put it into play.
Oh my gosh! Of course there is.
I'll give you a hint. They're all from Champions of Kamigawa.
We're not getting this.
Okay, James, go with me on this journey, would you?
Yep, let's go.
We've got Reach Through Mists. This is a banger of a Magic card. Reach Through Mists. 1 blue instant arcane draw card. So far, so good, right?
Okay, right.
We got Peer Through Depths. James. You don't want to go with the original one, James? You give me a dual deck? Thank you. Thank you so much. 1 in a blue instant. Look, the top 5 cards of your library, you can put an instant or sorcery from among them into your hand. The rest go on the bottom of any order. And then last but not least, Sift Through Sands. The dead air really adds to this. And
yeah, I'm
again,
just trying
you,
to, like-
you come to me and
I
give
mean-
me a dual deck version.
Yeah, that's what you get.
1 blue instant. Draw 2 cards, then discard a card. If you've cast a spell named Peer Through Depths and a spell named Reach Through Mist this turn, you may search your library for a card called the Unspeakable and put it into play.
Okay.
This is okay. I
Yeah.
thought you were like I was about to like learn on how to like cheat many things, but no, this is
No, I was either going to accept all 3 of those cards as the answer or 6 blue.
So what's the story behind it? Why do these cards work together?
is it a flavor thing?
Is it flavor? Like, is this part of like
Yeah,
the lore
it's
back then?
it's like going through the steps of like this arcane ritual to summon something because you
that is
can't
cool.
really say its name. You can't,
Right.
Oh, that is actually
so
really
that's
cool.
no
That's it.
Yeah, we got 3 Kamigawa fans out
That's
there.
cool. Now we're
That's
impressed
cool.
now.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the flavor text. It is madness that drives men to seek forbidden knowledge.
And madness has given it form.
Yeah, that is really cool.
Okay.
I understand why you
into
call it like
it.
20 copies now.
I feel like the Grinch. Like my heart just grew so many sizes.
Ah, that's cool. That's really cool.
You've convinced us.
Yeah.
Perfect.
yeah.
All right, and because of that, James will now Scryfall random into only Kamigawa cards. Nope. Oh! We got Mother of Ruins. 1 white for a 1/1 human cleric. Tap. Target creature you control gains protection from a color of your choice until end of turn. Now I'm a mama's boy. Self-proclaimed. Not just for this magic card, for my own mom. But this card also is just it's the best.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She rules.
Yeah. We need a reprint.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Do we? I don't know if we do, but I would love to.
I don't think this card is ever going to see the light of day in standard.
It will
or
never. No.
anything like that.
I
But
love it though.
more copies of Mom running around is not a bad thing.
Nah.
Yeah.
Now there's a little this kind of an Easter egg on this art too. Can you spot the tiny homunculus?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the large woman in the purple.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Wait. Yeah.
I can. Can you?
Anna?
I mean, I think so, but now you're saying tiny. I'm doubting what I'm looking at.
Whereabouts do you think the homunculi is?
Are those like black and orange striped legs
Yeah.
riding with the big feather pen?
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
yeah. That's what I was looking
There you
at.
go.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. But then,
That is
Great.
cute.
I think we all got it.
Yeah, I'm genuinely impressed. That's one of those things where people have stared at this card for decades, and they did not notice that.
The orange thing in the corner.
Can I speak on that for a second? Do you guys know about the whole thing that went down with Meat Hook Massacre? That some people saw a monkey in it.
what?
Oh, James,
Did you? Yeah.
A monkey in. Oh,
Yeah,
okay, wait,
yeah,
hold
yeah.
on.
Wait.
Bring it. Hold on.
A monkey?
see it? Like if you see
Yeah,
it,
I see the monkey.
you see the monkey.
I
No
do see the
way.
monkey.
yep.
Wait, what?
Show
I
me,
don't.
James.
It's the hand in the foreground of the photo in the art.
Yeah.
So that's like the monkey's head above the hook, its little legs below it, and then its arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what people see. I
Yeah.
couldn't see it for the longest time.
Yeah.
Ah, I understand.
Yeah.
Oh,
But it's
that's
like
a
a-
very disturbing monkey.
It's like a sock monkey, though, right?
yeah.
I literally can just see a hand. Like
Well, I'm with you.
Yeah.
And
but I could, yeah.
It's damning that James started this off by saying, well, you see the hand? Like, yeah, dude, I do because it's a hand. James, can we get Onslaught Windswept Heath on the screen, please? Dead air is always good for podcasts.
I mean, you could fill the air while I look for the card.
Well, you could be quicker at finding the card.
Look,
If I
look,
stare at it,
Scryfall's
I
a
do
little
see the
slow.
monkey.
Scryfall?
Right?
Oh,
Like,
now you're slamming.
I'll be
Yeah.
honest, I hadn't seen it before, but now that I've spent that dead air time staring at it,
Right,
I did
right.
see it.
Okay.
Okay, what are we wall doing right now?
Can you see the face in the tree?
Yes. It's like Mother Willow. With, like little nose.
Wait, what?
There's a face in
Yeah.
the tree.
The one closest to us?
Okay.
Oh, okay, okay,
yeah.
yeah. Wait, no.
Wait, what?
I see it.
Wait.
The eyes, nose. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
Man.
I mean,
It's easier to spot when the card is
The brightness.
Yeah,
the
bright.
contrast.
yeah.
yeah. Well, that was worth it to go on this journey.
Honestly, I wonder how many more like optical illusion cards are kind of like out there.
We've got more. James?
Okay.
This is not one of them. Fracturing Gust.
I was staring at it already.
I'm
Like,
oh, I can't see it.
That said, great idea for another show.
Oh, okay.
So there we go. Fracturing Gust. 2 and then 3 hybrid Selesnya for an instant. Destroy all artifacts and enchantments. You gain 2 life for each permanent destroyed this way. Originally printed in Shadowmoor. So we talked about when everybody started playing Magic. Which leads me to believe that none of you played Extended. No?
Nope.
Okay. All right. We can veto this. Or we don't even have to veto. We can just move on. I mean, this card sucks.
Yeah, there's not much to say about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a real big jerk card, James. Interesting pick.
Oh.
okay, this was the first. Oh, wait, you have to read the card first.
It's okay. We're okay. We're good. We're good. Nanogene Conversion. 3 and a blue for a sorcery from the Doctor Whom commander sets. Choose target creature you control. Each other creature becomes a copy of that creature until end of turn, except it isn't legendary. And the flavor text says, "Are you my mummy?"
This was the first episode of Doctor Who I ever saw. We're just going on a journey of my first, I guess, magic things. But The Empty Child, the episode with the Ninth Doctor and Rose that this card is inspired from, was the first Doctor Who I ever saw. It's what it got me completely hooked on the show. And to have such a good magic card related to one of my very favorite Doctor Who episodes just makes me so happy. It's perfect.
Yeah. Are we like Kulmoing with this card? Like, what are we? I assume there'd be a way to Kulmo off with this.
This is just gives me so many options to do something really silly.
Yeah,
in
I
the
was
commander
thinking,
game,
like,
and
that
that's
would
like that's
go-
always how I judge a card. Well, usually how I judge a
Yeah.
card. So like, what this makes me want to do is like, you're in blue, you can steal things. So it makes me want to steal somebody's like blight steal or something. Take it and then just have a field of blight steals.
Wow. You have grander aspirations than me. I thought, wouldn't it be cool if my 7 dwarves, like,
You didn't have to pull all 7 dwarves.
yeah,
It's just-
God, I could have like 4 5/5s. Wouldn't that be great?
Does this turn like the whole board into like what am I looking at? Or is it
Everything becomes
everything,
everything.
right?
Oh, everything. Oh, that's even better.
No,
Just an
like-
entire board of
Can you not just like
steals.
screw everybody over or something for like a turn?
I think you
Just turn it
could.
into a really bad card. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and in the episode, it was truly haunting, as you know, everybody was being converted.
Yeah.
Which doctor was this?
The Ninth Doctor, so Christopher Eccleston,
Yeah, okay. That's because that's my first doctor.
because you just started watching it recently.
I did. You did your research.
I did do my research. I watched the pre-con battle. Also, I'm just obsessed with the Doctor Who pre-cons, so I think I've seen most of the Doctor Who pre-con things that are on the internet right now.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried that I don't remember this vividly, even though I watched all this like last month.
It was the empty child. Remember, it's the one, the same. There's another card that's Everybody Lives. That's from the same episode.
Right. Okay.
When he says like, go to your room, and it's haunting. It's a great episode. But then that line, Everybody Lives, is from the same episode.
How come they didn't have the weird pig alien people?
I actually did wonder if they were going to do it, but I think from that episode, the Daleks were the more important moments. Mm-hmm. And so I think they focused, they can't have everything. And that particular episode with the pigs, there's the person and her boyfriend. The Daleks are the more important moment of that episode. And so they leaned that way.
Cool.
Oh, was that a rhetorical question?
No. It's just, it's always very interesting to see someone who's just generally passionate talk about something they're passionate about. It's just like, oh, I'm gonna let you cook.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah,
take your time.
Yeah.
Oh, this card gave me a new goal in Magic.
A bunch of 7.
Wait, what is your new goal in Magic?
I'm gonna make so many blight steals for everybody. It's gonna be a good time.
Like an Oprah moment, like you get one.
You get one.
Yeah.
James. Oh yeah. No. Nobody. What the hell, James? Laughing.
That was so good.
Printed, right?
I gotta hope that this
I
is
think
being
it
reprinted in
was.
something.
I'm trying to remember.
Flame Tongue Kavu. 3 and a red for a 4/2. It's an uncommon from Plane Shift. It's a Kavu. When Flame Tongue Kavu comes into play, it deals 4 damage to target creature.
It was just reprinted.
It was in Dominaria Remastered.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh,
There we go. There we go.
That seems quite strong. That's pretty strong.
Let me tell you, this card was so format warping.
Oh, right.
It is like hard to really grasp.
Yeah.
Because it's a card that when it was in standard, type 2 at the time, it was so good that it didn't even see that much play. Because everybody's deck was built around not getting blown out to it, that there just like weren't enough creatures.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
It was just like the threat of this thing existing made people build their decks so that they would never get blown out by this.
That's kind of
fascinating.
hilarious. That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's one of those weird ones where you like, if you talk to anybody with lower back pain, they'll tell you how brutal this card is. But if you try to look it up, you're going to run into 2 problems. 1, Wizards deleted all their history for some reason.
Oh,
and
right.
2, none of the lists like play it, or very few play it, just because, this sucks. I mean, it rules, but it is so brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you've ever heard anybody refer to a card as like an FTK, that's what Flame Tongue Kavu is.
Right.
What?
Yeah. Again, somebody with lower back pain says like, I'm going to play this. Oh, look at this new FTK that came out.
So is this knowledge I'll gain if my lower back starts hurting? Like just wondering as I get older, is this something I can look forward to? Okay, cool.
So if I fall off a cliff and artificially give myself back pain,
Yes.
I gain all this magic knowledge.
Oh,
Yeah.
worth.
Got it. We're on the same page.
You want to go for a hike real quick?
If it is caused by injury and not the slow creeping death of time, you will gain that knowledge. It'll be somewhat warped though.
Oh.
It'll be a little contrarian. You'll be like, Flame Tongue wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
James. Omen Speaker. Jinx. 1 and a blue for a 1/3 human wizard. When Omen Speaker enters the battlefield, scry 2.
In my community, we like to call these cards limited out of 10.
Yeah.
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 And even, I don't know if limited would want this.
This card was okay in the draft environment,
Yeah.
but it's definitely one of these cards where when they try to bring something like this back, people still have like 2015 brain.
Right.
They're like, I love this card. This card was such a workhorse back in the day. And then they play it nowadays and they're like, oh my God.
It's just not doing it.
Just not doing it.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Good talk, everybody.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about all it deserves.
James. Ooh, yeah. this is kind of the vibe of the show a lot of the time. Is a card from 2002 gets put on the screen, and I hoot and I holler.
Okay, just for that, I'm going to veto it.
Wait, but it's a centaur.
You can veto the veto.
I'm sorry that you. Are you okay?
I'll veto to veto.
The veto has been vetoed.
I'll veto to veto.
Are you
Counterspell.
okay? And that is instant karma. Wait, did the veto get vetoed?
Yeah, I got
Veto,
vetoed.
got vetoed.
Oh, God bless.
I got
God
you. I
bless.
got you.
Seton Crosan.
You are being too nice. Come on.
Seton Crosan Protector. Green, green, green for a 2/2 legendary centaur druid. Tap an untapped druid you control. Add green. So this card is like back when Commander was like EDH, like old school. This is beyond back pain. This is like
Yeah.
this is like Magic players that are like, my doctor tells me I need to cut sodium from my diet. Like those players. This card scares them. Because this was like the OG like combo, one of the OG like combo kill commanders.
Yeah.
Of you just played on turn 2 and just pop off.
I'm just looking at it. I'm like that. Like that's why I vetoed the veto because I'm like this from when I started playing. Like this should have been an elf normally. It gives me elf vibes.
So Odyssey block did not really have any elves.
Right. Okay.
It takes place in Otaria, which is on Dominaria, but it's like a part of it.
Yeah.
And there's just no elves. And so they had a bunch of druids and centaur. A lot of the centaur are druids, but not, it's not all of them. And yeah, it kind of stunk. You just got a bunch of cards that were like really bad versions of elves.
Yeah. So could you just go wide with the druids, like, or was it?
You couldn't do anything with them because they were so
Right.
bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, you would try to, because all the druids were like bad versions of elf cards.
Right.
You know?
Okay.
You had, I mean, this guy was great, but effectively, he's just like a bad Priest of Titania in a way.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's kind of a ripped horse.
Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be some appeal for that.
I mean, I guess. I don't know.
James! James!
We move on.
Oh,
No, that's okay.
some
It's okay.
hype.
I don't want to stymie any excitement. I want people to pop off, especially when we're talking about Simon, Wild Magic Sorcerer. 2 and a blue for a 1/1 legendary human elf shaman from the Secret Lair drop for the Dungeons and Dragons Heroes Among Thieves. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell with mana value 3 or greater, you roll a d20. 1 to 9, each player draws a card. 10 to 19, you draw a card. And if you roll a nat 20, you copy that spell and you may choose new targets for the copy. Moving up.
I already talked about my love of dice rolling,
Uh-huh.
but more than that, I loved this movie. Actually, we know each other through D&D.
exactly.
And I've played a Wild Magic Sorcerer. I actually really liked all the cards in the Secret Lair, and I loved this movie. And so I actually missed the deadline to order the Secret Lair because I saw the movie so late. And so I was one day past it and I was all sad and I was like, oh, I missed it. And then it was like the universe like threw me a gift and somebody was like, hey, I'm selling my extra copy of this. And I'm like, oh, yes, me
Nice.
immediately. And so I have it. So that's this card for me. I like it.
My knowledge of D&D does not extend beyond what Magic the Gathering has shown me, but I did want to watch this movie, and I watched it, and I somehow convinced my husband to watch it with me, and we're watching this movie, and I'm doing that thing of like, oh, that's that guy, and he was invested enough that he'd be like, oh, what's that? And I go, I don't know. So I'd be like, oh, it's an owl bear. And he's like, what's an owl bear? Is it just an owl and a bear? I'm like, yeah, probably. Just go back to watching it.
Yeah.
It's literally me playing Baldur's Gate.
Wait,
Yeah,
you haven't played D&D either?
No, I'm literally on the same like knowledge as Wheeler. Like I'm like, okay, so when I play Baldur's Gate, I'm like, oh, I know that. That's like that's Will. Like
That's the magic
Cheddar,
card.
That's the
Yeah.
magic card. That's the owlbear.
It's so interesting because I played D&D for years longer than I've played Magic. I played D&D for so much longer and then got into Magic later. And I was shocked to learn they were even from the same company.
Yeah.
And so it is kind of interesting.
There's a lot of crossover, and it really, God, Twitter was horny that week.
Yeah.
That Baldur's Gate 3 came out. My
Yes.
God. That's kind of how I remember these cards. It's just like, oh, this is the one that people thirst over. This is the one everybody wants to murder. This is the one that they couldn't hook up with. Got it.
Right. Didn't
Great.
like car like spike in price or something?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. The power of appeal, huh, James?
Oh,
yeah.
my God.
Okay. Nezumi Short Fang. 1 and a black for a 1/1 rat rogue from Champions of Kamigawa with pay 1 and a black, tap. Target opponent discards a card, then if that player, has no cards in your hand, their hand. I'm getting too excited.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, let's start from the top. 1 and a black, tap. Target opponent discards a card. Then if that player has no cards in hand, you flip Nezumi Shortfang. Not transform, you flip it and reverse it. And it's worth it. Let me work it. It's Stab Whisker the Odious, a 3/3 rat shaman, a legendary creature, with at the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, that player loses 1 life for each card fewer than 3 in their hand. So, flip cards.
Yeah, who
Is
came
this-
up with this?
Some of these reactions felt like this was the first time some of you
I've
saw.
never seen this card.
Yeah, no.
I play. Is it Kami of Hope or something like that? Where it's a flip card where it's just like if you have 30 or more life, flip it, prevent damage to creatures.
Runetail.
Runetail, not Kami of Hope.
Runetail. Yeah. Sorry, you know what? I'm not gonna Kamigawa splain. I gotta.
Kamigawa splain.
All right, I gotta lock myself in. Tell me more about.
How have we niched ourselves into? I've been talking about all these secret layers, and you've just been on a Kamigawa.
Yeah.
I'm like, what happened?
I slipped James a 20 before we recorded, figuring that I'm gonna win this flip against
Get a
Ash.
coin flip. Yeah.
And if I lose this flip, I am screwed. I think these rule, but also I grew up with these cards and was stupid enough to play some of them at PTQs back in the day. But from people that might not be as exposed or spent as many hours staring at these cards and going like, oh, wow. How do we feel about these cards? The flip, at least the design, the flip design.
Honestly, if I'm looking at it, I think it's quite genius. Because you have also, what are they, the dual cards where it's left and right? What are they?
Yeah, the fire ice split cards,
Yeah,
split
and that's
cards.
always when you're then looking at it, you're like, oh, let me tilt. On this one,
Yeah.
you go like, oh, sorry, my card's upside down.
Yeah.
And you don't give away anything. Technically.
Yeah,
if you wanna read
yeah.
the other side, you're like, oh, sorry. my
I
card's
do
right.
sometimes have to be like,
Yeah, instead
don't
of
do that.
"Ooh, what's going on over here? You could just be like, oh, sorry, I had to flip my card. It was
I appreciate the competitive approach to this.
I'm like, okay, yeah, we can do with that. But I think it's quite cool.
So when you just flip your card, that's not like exiling and bringing it back. So
Nope.
then so I think that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to see more of these in the future. Because I remember when I saw the card, which one was it? What was it called? It was
Runetail
Runetail.
Kitsune Ascended.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
This is so cool.
They rule. I think that the design space with this is pretty interesting. I think visually there was this weird period of time where they're like, actually, this looks bad. But now it's actually, this rules.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, and the
There's-
artwork, having the 2 rats, one upside down, one right side up.
it gives such a this is you at the beginning of the journey. This is you
Yeah.
at the end of the
Yeah.
journey.
Yeah,
kind
I
of
feel like I'm
vibe.
seeing
Yeah,
the,
nowadays we have a lot of the times that we just have to get our card out of the sleeve, flip it, put it back in. This is kind
Yeah.
And if you're playing on
Yeah.
a digital client, this just gets handled already, right?
of- right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to see more of these.
Yeah, that's cool.
When I got added to the CAG, one of the questions that they asked was something along the lines of what's the most ambitious change that you would want to push in regards to legality? And the one I pushed was, let me have this as my commander. And you can rule 0 it. Who cares? But yeah, big you got a legend on the front. Let me have this as my commander.
Oh, yeah.
True.
Runetail's already a legend. Like both sides of that are
Yeah.
legendary, so you can have it. But come on, let me play my stab whisk. I mean, not this one. This guy's kind of a jerk, but
Yeah.
there are other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, James. Ooh, Midnight Haunting. 2 and a white for an instant. Put 2/1/1 white spirit creature tokens with flying onto the battlefield. An uncommon from Innistrad. Full stop. Oh my god. This might be a first. That we've had a card, or we've had a group of people where none of us care about Innistrad. Like, it's...
I love Innistrad.
No.
okay, sorry.
No.
I love
I
it.
love Innistrad.
Okay.
That's kind of when I first started building my own decks, and I remember trying to force this card. So I'm sitting here, I'm like, don't do it.
No, you can pop off,
don't
please.
do it.
Yeah.
By all means.
No, I mean, don't do it as it don't put it in your deck. Like, there's
yeah,
other
yeah.
things you can do.
Yeah, this makes 2/1/1s.
Yeah, exactly. I remember looking, I'm like, this is going to be sick.
I'm pretty
No.
sure at one point, like, I don't know if it was powerful back then, but there were some cards where, like, something that would just put 2/1/1s on the board was, like, pretty good to do at one point.
Yeah, this card saw a very small amount of standard legal play.
Yeah.
And then was immediately usurped by Lingering Souls.
That's the
in
card
the
I was
next
thinking
set.
of.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, that card
That's
is...
a 2-drop, right?
That's a 3-drop. It's 3-drop
and 2-drop.
sorcery. Actually, you know what? This is James's like favorite card. James, what does Lingering Souls do?
Yeah, there you go.
Boy,
That's
it's
it.
right
yeah.
there. 2 and a white. Put 2/1/1 white spirit creature tokens with flying onto the battlefield, and it has flashback for 1 and a black.
There you
Yeah,
go.
this is one of my
There
favorite
you
cards.
go.
You know
Okay,
what?
yeah.
You know why I let James... Actually, no, this joke sucks. Never mind. You know what? It's not that bad.
Yeah.
I let James talk about this because the artist inspired me to let my bud cook.
Ooh. Yeah, that was rough.
Okay.
The for anybody listening, the artist is Bud Cook.
The artist is Bud Cook.
Yeah. It's fine. We can move on. We'll cut this.
No, it's okay. It's
Oh,
okay.
to be clear, we're not cutting anything from this episode.
Yeah,
It's
no.
gold.
We're keeping everything in. My glass is falling off.
Yeah,
She's
everything.
smacking
Yeah,
herself
smacking
with the
herself.
microphone. Everything's
Good. Excellent.
Yeah.
I missed you doing that.
Yeah,
I didn't catch it. I didn't catch
Mine
it.
got explained.
Yeah.
They're right next to me.
Yeah.
I'll give you one thing though. You kept going.
Oh, yeah. I feel no pain.
I saw you
I am
take the
numb to it all.
microphone to the temple, and they acted like it was nothing. Just immediately back to like.
I'm going to correct you on one thing. It was actually to the eyeball, so that was even better.
Okay.
Oh, okay. James.
What?
We're getting blessed
We're
with all
getting-
these cards, really.
I feel like I'm not allowed to comment on these cards. So I was like, what is the date down there?
2001.
Right.
No, I mean, speak on it. We are here to hear your thoughts.
Like flying and protection from green. Treetop Sentinel, 2 blue, creature bird soldier from I don't know when.
That's interesting. We were here to hear your thoughts, but you decide to take my job.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is from Odyssey.
Those are the thoughts that I can have. I'm just now seeing this card.
How do you
I'm
feel?
live reacting to it.
How do you feel about a bird with a gun?
I like that. Would I like seeing it in real life? Absolutely not.
I got a good question.
I'm actually terrified of birds.
In general,
No, I'm just gonna own it. You said that we should share funny stories. I was a cheerleader in high school, and one time a bird flew right through where we were in the middle of like some routine, and I had called the cheer. The bird came, and I was gone. I literally ran off the field. I was not there anymore. Birds scare me to death.
I love birds so much.
So you say, how would I
love
feel
birds
about this
so
bird with a
much.
gun? I would feel
wait a minute.
antagonistic.
Wait a minute. Didn't we just talk about how much we enjoyed Wingspan?
Oh, I love Wingspan. It's my favorite game.
It's a bird game.
I like birds from afar. So
Okay.
Birds on cardboard,
I one
fine.
time had like a bird get caught in my hair. It was like a parakeet. And I was young enough to have this be like a traumatic moment. And I'll be honest, like I cannot even go into those like birdie budgie parts of the zoo. I'm just so scared of them. They like freak me out. But that doesn't mean I can't appreciate them. I can like look through binoculars and admire them from afar. I can play one of the world's best engine building board games, Wingspan, and own all of the expansions and have bought the little extra colorful eggs and all the things for it. Like, I love that game. Would I ever want to meet any of those birds in real life? Absolutely not. No.
So this makes up you don't have to answer my follow-up question then. What is scarier, a bird with a gun or a bird with a knife?
You know, see, this is tough because I find that birds in general are less scary from far away, but then a gun can hurt you from far away.
Let's assume
Whereas,
that
like, a bird
with
close
a
to me
gun-
is more terrifying. So I'm going to say a bird with a knife would be worse because it would have to be near me
Right.
for the knife to have an impact.
Right, okay.
And they're already scarier close up.
Okay.
I mean, they have great sight, or a lot of them do. So I feel like if you gave them a gun, there's nothing you can do.
Well, the bird doesn't know how to use
Yeah,
the gun,
exactly.
presumably.
Yeah.
The bird the bird has had no official training.
You know,
even worse.
I think I'm succeeding in rationalizing my fear of birds to you all, and so I feel that
Some
you know,
of those birds do have the grip strength to pull that trigger.
Yeah. But they have to like somehow figure out that, hey, I'm going to pull this trigger while
Do you have
pointing
any
at it.
idea how smart birds are?
What if it's a really stupid bird? A stupid bird with a knife is probably more deadly, but you can never, account for the randomness of a bird with a gun.
I don't know. With a bird with a knife, I can close the door and it's not doing nothing to me. I can get away from it.
Oh, you can't leave. You are trapped in a room.
Okay,
with
never
this
mind.
bird.
We're doing trapped in a room.
The size of this studio.
oh my god,
Bird with a knife.
Oh, there's
Bird with a
actually a pretty was it viral? I'm not sure how viral it was, but there was this video of a bird flying around with a knife
Yep.
at somebody. Like, you can look
I
it
am
up.
so
yeah.
glad I missed that. I will not be looking that up.
Yeah.
Well, we are actually going to watch that as part of the Canadian
No.
education.
No, I will just.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
No.
particular video was Canadian, so now it's part
Yeah,
of our
right,
education.
right.
Oh no.
Was it a Canada goose? Because a Canada goose.
Okay,
doesn't
those are
even-
actually terrifying.
That's
like
not
you have to
into
admit,
goose. Like geese are like
geese are horrifying.
Geese are.
You all don't know how to handle
Geese could-
geese then.
Oh, absolutely not. I cannot handle a goose. They're
did-
terrifying.
I did my research for Eldraine because of Mother Goose. And then somebody was like, "Yeah, do you know that geese are like #1 way to protect your property and your farm?" I was like, "What?
No, it's because they're terrifying.
Yeah, they're crazy."
Yeah. mhm.
Yeah, I
Yes.
didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know that.
More so than even most birds.
Right, right.
What about a goose with a gun? That's got to be.
I feel like that's got to be a ska song or something.
Untitled
Like,
goose gun. James, Cathedral of War. Thank you for getting the version from the list, my dude. This is a land from M13 that comes into play tapped. The land has exalted, and it taps to add a colorless mana to your mana pool. I mean, this is not the most exciting rare to open.
yeah.
Yeah, no.
If this was the rare open, I would have been like very, very disappointed.
Okay, how about this then? What is a mechanic from the history of Magic that you would like to see return to Standard?
Ooh.
James, please don't cough. Your mic's going to pick it up, dude. It's going to ruin the integrity of this entire show.
My mic wasn't on. Nobody would have heard that until you pointed it out yet.
Oh, and yet you decided to turn on your mic
Yeah.
to talk.
Yeah, I'm lonely in here.
Oh, you can come out here.
No,
I'm not going to edit
You can
anything.
comment on
okay.
the cards from over there.
You want to
Yeah.
sit on my lap, James?
No, it's okay.
Wait, you're our standard expert.
No, I have an answer immediately. Spectacle.
Spectacle.
What is that?
Okay.
Spectacle is from Ravnica, right? Ravnica, which is
Ravnica
basically
Allegiance.
yeah, which is basically if damage. I think it was if damage was dealt, a card does something. So what is the?
Wait,
there's like a
like
burn spell in
boast?
red. What is the name of it?
Skewer the critics.
Exactly, Skewer the Critics. If you've then dealt 1 damage to your opponent, you can cast a spell for 1 mana, read it on 3. And it deals 3 damage to the face. So Spectacle is something
Wow.
Rakdos was known for. I love Rakdos. And I thought Spectacle was awesome always.
Spectacle's pretty groovy.
Yeah, let's see it. Yeah, there you go. Skewer the Critics.
Spectacle pops up in like different forms. Like
Yeah.
this one just reduces the cost. Some of them have an increased cost, but an additional effect. And it just says damaging a player. No, it's an
Yeah.
opponent. If an opponent lost life this turn.
Oh,
But yeah.
this
I want
could
to
be
say
some
there was a card.
shenanigans.
Could it have been Rick's Smoddy Reveler? I have no idea. That was
Yes.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
more expensive, but you got to draw cards. I think.
Blade Juggler.
No,
Blade
Blade
Juggler?
Juggler was also one of them.
Oh,
The
Reveler is the
Reveler was-
2-drop going like
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the mechanic was great. I'd love to see it back. We're going to like, what is this, Manor?
Oh, the Karlov.
Karlov Manor. Yeah, I'd
Murder
love to
at
see
Karlov Manor.
Spectacle return. Love it.
I'm so excited for that set.
Yeah,
too.
it's gonna be great.
Murder mysteries.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't really think of one off the top of my head, unfortunately. There's so many odd ones out there.
You could lie.
I mean, I enjoyed Boast, but it's already, that was in
I have some
Kaldheim?
I have some bad news for you about how long ago that was.
How long ago?
I don't know, like 3 years now.
Yeah, both was called
3
Hunt.
years ago.
Yeah, both was called time.
That was 3 years ago?
Well, I'm cheating a little bit, but by the next release, it'll have been 3 years.
Oh my
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, January or February 2021.
gosh.
Yeah. Yeah. Anna Margaret.
I don't know.
So it's not flying. We know that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean that's never going away. I'm not sure.
What do you like to do in Magic?
I really like spell slinging. I like playing lots of things.
So you'd like to see Storm come back.
Oh, yes. Wait a minute. How? Yes, that's
Yeah.
exactly it.
Yeah.
I'd love to see Storm back.
Amen to that.
Oh, okay.
I got takes on Storm. I got some hot takes on Storm.
Right.
Storm's not the problem. The problem is they keep printing Storm cards that kill people.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's like-
sure.
Yeah, the card that says, "Hey, kill someone if you've cast a bunch of spells before this," is probably not going to be great. But Storm spells that do stuff other than that, I mean, that's perfectly fine.
But I mean, don't they just like go hand in hand at that point?
Yeah, I mean, they sure like to stick to the like, hey, what if it was a Storm spell that made a bunch of creatures? It's like,
Right.
okay, that's sure is interactive.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. James? Ooh, Arc Trail. 1 in a red for a sorcery from Scars of Mirrodin. Arc Trail deals 2 damage to target 2 damage to any target, and 1 damage to another target. Trying to figure out how this is worded in modern day, because it can
Right.
hit planeswalkers now.
Right.
And so it's got a bit of a different wording. But trying to do that on the fly doesn't work.
Yeah.
It's basically just like deal 3 damage, 2 damage, one plays, 1 damage to the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kill their turn 1 play, kill their turn 2 play.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
For 2 mana, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, this card's all right.
Yeah.
Card's not bad.
I like
It's
the
a-
flavor, how the art kind of and the flavor text both tie into that idea.
Yeah.
Don't try to hit your enemies. Concentrate on the space between them and fill the air with doom.
Very edgy.
That's, yeah. I
And
was
then see how
that's some
the art,
Edward
like
stuff.
look at the art. Look how they show the
Yeah.
bursts going to the 2 things,
Yeah.
one bigger, one smaller. Like
So you like this because there's a bird in the background.
getting decimated.
Yeah.
That bird's getting its ass kicked.
Yeah.
And they didn't even try. They were
a
trying to
goner.
hit the dragon.
Real. Yeah.
the bird was the real threat, obviously.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. James.
But birds.
sorry, we got
I will say this.
Yes.
Birds are They're dinosaurs. They're descendant of dinosaurs. I think that just further justifies how terrifying they are. And I will,
Have we ever seen a bird on Ixalan?
well, kind of a little bit, just a little smidge, because now on the new Ixalans that we see a lot more feathers because birds are descendants of dinosaurs.
Yeah.
So when you say, do we see a bird on Ixalan? Well, we see their ancestors that will, much, much later be birds. So, depends on how you look at it.
What about bats? Are bats birds?
No, bats are fine.
I love bats.
Bats take care of bug problems. They're not birds. They're fine. We can let them stay.
This marks the second Scryfall Roulette where we've asked bat-related questions. This is great. We got a new thing going here. Now it's a
I
tradition.
love bats.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
see, bats.
I
Yeah.
adore bats. It's just in the back of my head. I'm like, but there's bats that can drink your. Why are you less scared of? We're less scared of bats than birds.
I've had less interaction with bats.
Oh, okay. So
And
you don't
so-
wander around at night then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Understood. Because I've definitely been hit by a bat before.
Oh, no.
What about a bat with a knife?
I like it in theory. Maybe not practice.
That's more Zendikar. though.
Yeah.
But a bat with a knife in this room.
Mm-hmm.
It's a dark room. The bat's winning.
A bat with a knife in this room, and you don't have like a broom. you have like one of those little tiny like duster things.
Oh, then the bat's
You get
going
two of
down.
them. You
The
get
bat's
two of them.
going
The
down.
bat's
I have a
going down.
ridiculous good aim with that stuff.
Yeah.
Poor bat. In the comment section below, tell us how you would deal with a bat with a knife.
With a feather duster.
Or actually, better yet, bat with a knife or bird with a gun? Let us know in the comments below. James?
All right, 2 more. Here we go.
That's not true.
No, we got to give the studio over.
To what?
AFK.
2 more, and you pick a 5 mana?
Yeah.
All right. Plated worm.
What are those? Did they really put those symbols down there?
Oh, yeah.
That is.
Oh, yeah. We will get to that.
I was looking. Is that a
is so
450? Like, what is going? I was literally looking at a 450. What?
You know what?
Yeah.
Scratch that, James. We're going to turn this final segment into Old Man Wheeler explains some Magic cards. So the card is Plated Worm. Oh, we'll get to it. Don't you worry.
I'm laughing. I'm saying 1993. I didn't exist.
Well, that's when
None of us did.
That's when the game started.
None of us were here.
Now this card's 98, right?
Oh, is it 98 or 93?
93 to 95.
Is that a 95? Oh my God! My
It's
lower back.
a 98.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, I was here. I
Yeah, no.
existed.
We all existed in 1998. I think we can all agree with that. Some of us longer than others, right, James? Anyways, it was his birthday a couple days ago. Plated Worm is a 4/5 for 5 from Portal Second Age. So Portal cards. Y'all familiar with Portal?
The game.
The game?
I mean, you familiar with the game?
The game?
The game.
It's
Yeah.
it's very similar. Portal was a starter set. So I don't know if they print them on Magic packs nowadays, but like even up to God, I want to say like 2010 or so, you would see packs that would have like a little sign that said like expert level.
Oh.
And this Portal was a beginner level. And all the cards were trash. And there were no instants. No instants, no enchantments or artifacts.
So you're telling me it's Lorcana?
Yeah,
I was
basically.
literally thinking it, but I wasn't going to say it.
Yeah.
There was also a couple of additional weirdo bits to this. One, you got the sword and shield emblems next to the power and toughness, but you also have stuff like this. Hey, James, can I get you to search for the card Alaborn? Is it Alaborn? I mean, we could try Alaborn Soldier. Or is it Alabaster Soldier? I just want the card with a gun on it, James.
It better not have a bird.
Oh, that's a good
okay.
one. Alaborn Zealot.
What?
So this is a So this is a 1-mana 1/1 that says if it blocks, you destroy both it and the creature it blocks. But it has a very happy soldier carrying a rifle.
If you had shown this card to me, just like on paper, I would have been like, dang, that's a cool fake card, dude.
This entire set looks like custom cards.
Yeah.
There
Wait, but
was
does she also have a knife?
yeah.
It looks like she's
She's
got
ready
both
for
the
the
knife
birds and the
a gun.
bats.
She's ready.
I mean, you got to be prepared for anything. You know? God, what else is really stupid about this set? I don't know. Can you get me Lurking Night Stalker? Very intimidating card name. Portal Second Age also had these guys.
It also has a gun.
Yeah. It's like a nightmare creature. I'll take another Night
A
Stalker too
nightmare
if you have
creature
it.
with a gun.
Yeah, the shadows know. This is a 2-mana 1/1 that when it attacks, it gets +2/+0 until end of turn. They're these weird nightmare swamp creatures, but they also all have firearms.
This is very Predator-esque.
Yeah, it's wild. Oh yeah, the Raiding Night Stalker.
Oh my god.
This one rules. Return of the Night Stalkers. 7-mana sorcery. You return all Night Stalker cards from your graveyard, and then you destroy all your swamps.
What?
Okay. This is like one of those cards you'd get in like Momir and you just start crying or something.
Yeah. Yeah, they all seem incredibly fake.
Yeah.
Can you give me Extinguish, James? I think this was originally in Portal Second Age. James might end up pulling up the starter version, but great. So ignore, we don't have to ignore it, but look at that blue mana symbol in the top right corner for starters. It's a little goofy. I'm going to read the card as written.
I'm so uncomfortable right now looking at this.
For a sorcery, play Extinguish only in response to another player playing a sorcery. That sorcery has no effect, and the player puts it into their graveyard.
Wait.
Would you like to see how it was reprinted in the starter 1999 set?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
So in starter 99, it was switched to an instant because they decided, like, hey, people playing this game should probably know about instants.
Yeah.
And so now it's an instant counter target sorcery. So funny enough, Extinguish used to be able to extinguish itself because it was a sorcery. But now with the update, you can't counter itself because it's an instant.
Oh.
What?
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
I mean,
is-
that's
Yeah.
So silly.
yeah.
Can't.
Yeah, this game rules. Thank you for playing. Actually, one more. James, we got to close it out with another card. Nope. I'm not reading all that.
You don't have another veto.
I have one. I'll veto it.
Thank you.
saved
Thank
us.
you.
I saved it till the end.
Boltwing Marauder. 3 black and a red for a 5/4 dragon with flying. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, target creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn. From Dragons of Tarkir.
Rakdos, that's you.
Yeah, love to see Rakdos. I don't know if I love to see this card.
Yeah.
Yeah, this card's a little bit of a
It makes me
stinker.
sad.
But
Yeah.
Tarkir. Have any of you experienced Tarkir before?
Well, at Game Nights Live, we all got little flags.
Yes.
And I happened to be sitting in the section where I got a Tarkir flag.
Oh, yeah.
So I have one at my desk.
That's
Yeah.
and that was Graham.
It
That was,
was.
for Graham.
And it was Bear Force, I think, was
Bear-
the deck.
Yeah, Bear
Yeah.
Force.
And I think that's when we met because I also have a bear deck. And I mentioned, I was like, oh, nice bear deck.
Okay.
I do have cards from this set.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. This is one of those random things where I decided to just buy some random box. I'm like, wait, this is actually pretty rad.
I mention it because this is like a huge fan favorite block.
Yeah.
One that everybody is hankering for. And we are going back to in 2025.
Oh,
I believe is what
It's
it's
coming
being.
to Arena actually for
Yeah.
the Arena players. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
they're-
what I'm gonna.
They're adding all of. I think they've only said they're adding cons of Tarkir, but they're going to add the rest later.
Yeah, they're gonna have the rest later. Yeah, yeah.
But they are adding fetch lands.
Yeah. Are they? I feel like they're gonna get. I feel like they're gonna get like banned immediately. I don't know.
They're already banned in. I imagine they're going to get banned in. It's not Frontier. Pioneer. They're already banned in Pioneer.
Yeah, Pioneers. Just because it's like Modern's identity, I guess. Right.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
fetch ones. Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to ban them in Historic though.
I feel like they would.
They probably should.
I feel like they would.
These cards are messed up.
Yeah.
They're mistakes.
Yeah. I would just
They're-
change the whole format. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of mistakes, you watched this entire video. Congratulations. I'm kidding, of course. We've had 3 lovely guests. Thank you for joining me all. Thank you, Z.
Thank you for having me. I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you, Hannah Margaret.
Thank you for having me. I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you, Ash.
Thank you for having me. I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you, James.
Absolutely not.
Oh, come on. Okay, we'll check this out. Well, thank you for supporting us over at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. We couldn't do this without you. And of course, thank you to Card Kingdom for sponsoring TapTapConcede. cardkingdom.com/LRR and say button, please, and all that jazz, and we'll send you a button if they got it. It might say something funny, might not. Depends if I wrote it. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.